Hi, it's Nell with Joyous Garden, and welcome to my garden. I'm going to be completely cutting back this aeonium today, so why don't you stick around and watch what I'm going to do. I used to live in Santa Barbara, California. I had a garden full of fleshy succulents. That's a great climate for them. They all did really, really well. Now I live in Tucson, Arizona, where cacti do better. Some fleshy succulents do okay. Now, this isn't the ideal environment for an aeonium, but I brought this. This actually came as 2 cuttings from my garden there, and I brought it to this home from my old home here, and it just gets this way every summer because the heat is not what it likes. So this plant was actually bigger last summer, but in our first monsoon storm, it completely blew over. About a third of it broke off. I just put it over here because it was getting too big for over on the patio anyway. And now it's gotten really leggy because we had a really hot summer of 2023. We had a lot of days right around 110 or over. So even though it's in the shade, this just is not looking its best. Now it will soon. So what I'm going to do is cut it back. I'm going to heal these over for about 7 to 10 days. And then I am going to plant those cuttings back in a different pot. And I'm going to give some of the other cuttings away because I don't need all this plant in one pot. And here's a stem that broke off about 4 weeks ago. It's been out here in the heat. You can see how it looks really pale. These are starting to perk up a bit because now we're in the 90s, so it's cooling down. So I'm going to put that one over there. And what I'm going to do is just start pruning. These get really heavy on the ends, and because of the heat, these stems get brittle too. So it feels like ugh. So I'm just going to cut it right here. Oh, this stem weighs quite a bit. So what I will do is I'm going to take off all these side branches here. I'll clean it up after, but I just want to get this done for the video. And then I will probably cut this down about here. And this is what I'm going to root to plant back in. And here's one of the side stems I cut off. As you can see, there's already some roots on it, and that's what happens. You'll see roots on some of the stems, and some you won't. And I'm just making cuts straight across. My pruners are clean and sharp. They don't look as though they are, but I've had these Felco #2 since 1999. Still going strong, so just make a nice clean cut straight across. I'm going to keep my other hand out of the way. And there we go. Oops. Same thing. Couple of the side branches off. And there we go. And there's some dead stems in here too, so just trying to get those out of here. I'm going to try to keep this plant smaller so that this doesn't happen. Again, this particular aeonium wants to get into almost a tree form, but as I said, it's just too hot and dry here in the summer, so it gets too dry. So as I said, I'll give some. Oh God, this is heavy. Oh wow. And when you prune this, you don't have to be that careful. I don't have any gloves on because I couldn't find my gloves. So I was like, oh, I just want to get this film. But it's not like a euphorbia that puts out that sap that can irritate. So I've pruned these many times before because I've taken cuttings, many times. So this one I think I'll save there and cut this one. They're all sort of bending and curving, so I will plant them at a little bit of an angle too. Boy, Anybody in Tucson want some cuttings? Let's see here. Oops, they're just falling off. And you can see on some of these lower ones, you know, these are the roots that have actually dried up. So, as I said, not the ideal plant, but for 3 seasons out of the year, it looks really great. Oh boy, this is like a Charlie Brown Christmas tree. So I have the final cut here. Oh, boy. And there we go. Now, I've never cut a plant back this far, so I'm assuming maybe some new growth will come out of here. I don't know. I'll put it back in a shady spot, and if it starts to come back, I'll see if anybody wants to take the plant. I'm going to cut this off just in case, because I don't want it to be the lone piece of growth. But look at how beautiful they are. They're like rosettes. Just gorgeous. And then in the winter time, they turn like a really beautiful dark deep color. But they are lighter now because they're stressed. That's what happens. Plants change color when they're stressed. So here is the beautiful pot now. Isn't this gorgeous? So I have a pile of cuttings to sort out here. I'm going to go through and cut off some more of these, get all the dead leaves off of in here. Then I'm going to put these in the house. It's cooler in there. As I said, we're still in the 90s. So I just want them to heal over in there. And then we are going to be, or I am going to be planting them into a pot just in time for the cooler weather. So I hope you have found this to be helpful or at least interesting. I don't know if you have an aeonium that gets out of control like this. Mine in Santa Barbara would, this one, the mother plant would get really big and really full, but I didn't have to drastically cut it back like that. But as I said, the branches were all starting to get dry and heavy. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. And I have lots more videos coming your way about gardening indoors and outdoors. I thank you so much for watching and all your likes. I really appreciate that. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. So now let's get out into our gardens and make our worlds a more beautiful place. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.